Welcome to Arts Talk. I'm Jennifer Boudreau.
And I'm Bill Roberts.
And it was my first time opening the show.
That was a big decision. Wasn't that fun, Jen?
That was really fun. I'm going to do it from now on,
I was kind of nervous that you might, mess it up.
I was nervous too. I was practicing in the bathroom for like the last 20 minutes.
You did a wonderful job. I'm proud of you.
It's the wave.
It must be the wave.
Right?
It's kind of that whole queen look that you have.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah,
with the hair up, and I can't
Trying
put my
something
hair up like
different.
that.
You could, I'm sure, if you wanted to.
I'm sure I probably could.
Have like a little tiny man bun on the top.
Yeah, I could try it.
That would be fabulous. So who's our guests today?
We only have one guest today because we have some awesome segments coming up as well. So we have Liam Creswick from the Debutantes. I want to find out about the name, so you need to ask him how they came up with that name.
I will.
And we've got a couple awesome segments. You wrote at a film set.
Yes, oh my goodness. They're filming The Extremity here in town. Well, I think they're finished filming now. But I got to go and interview a couple of the lead actors and the director, and it's a scary movie, so it was secretive and super scary.
Cool, and
What about
I
you?
did my final tattoo
The
segment.
big reveal!
I'm not revealing it on this show, though. The audience is going to have to wait. So we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show, I think, when I'm going to reveal it. So that way the audience will be surprised. We want to build that tension.
Fine, I hate
But I
waiting.
will tell you, the total tattoo took about 9 hours in the tattoo chair. Not at once.
That's a long
It was like a
segment.
4 and a 5 hour segment. It was a long time.
Yeah, that's
But
painful.
I endured the pain for our Arts Talk viewers,
You're so
they can
brave.
see how the art of a tattoo works. And as I say this now, I can see crew and people smiling behind the camera. So I don't know if they're laughing at me because I endured all that pain for the show or what. But anyway, we got a big show coming up. Let's get to it. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back. We're with my friend Liam Creswick. We've known each other for a couple of years, and he is hilarious.
Liam is a funny guy. And the thing I like best about Liam, I think we're about the same height.
Yeah, about that,
That really
like an
makes me
even,
it
even
does.
5 feet.
It makes me feel good up here, Liam, with Jen, who's always wanted to be
That's a
taller.
nice change for you.
Yeah.
Huh?
my
Playing
little
at the
feet.
big boy table.
Feet dangling under the table here.
Yeah, I keep mine up on the chair, so
Yeah.
that way the viewers don't notice that they're actually dangling.
Yeah.
You guys, you're so cute.
So Liam,
Yes.
what's happening with the Debutantes?
The Debutantes, yeah, that's a sketch comedy group that I produce and act in, and we've been celebrating 1 year of doing Odd Wednesday, which is a sketch comedy showcase here at Edmonton that runs every other Wednesday, hence the name Odd Wednesday. So
Where can we see that?
it's at the Sewing Machine Factory at just below the Mill Creek Cafe.
What's a sewing machine?
It's just, what's a sewing machine? What's a sewing machine factory?
Oh, or that.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, I didn't name the venue, but I feel like it's a play on the Knitting Factory, the famous New York club.
That makes sense.
Clever.
I thought you were
clever.
actui doing the show in a sewing machine factory.
I wish. That would be.
So people are sewing all around you while you're
There's a
doing
bunch
the
of
show.
sweatshop labor. It's like, and we're doing weird comedy
Yeah.
sketches. No, yeah, it's like an all-ages sort of cool new venue that opened up in Edmonton about 1.5 years ago, and we got right in there and put on our
Smart.
weird sketch comedy show. So,
And never looked back.
yeah.
So how long have you been doing sketch comedy? What got you into it?
Well, I've been doing stand-up for a number of years, and I just really have always kind of enjoyed all aspects of comedy. I did a little bit of improv, and then I just really kind of wanted to do sketch. I had a couple of guys that I was going to do it with. It didn't fall through. Still had the bug, so I invited like a dozen other people to come do it with me, and here we are. So yeah, it's just I've always been a big fan of like Saturday Night Live, Monty Python. There's a recent series called The Birthday Boys that really inspired me. And obviously the great like SCTV, like this is Edmonton. This is, the home of SCTV. So we're just sort of trying to keep that legacy alive.
I love it. Debutantes.
Yes.
Tell me, where did this name come from?
I think it sounds snappy. I was just like the
Snappy.
debutantes.
Classy.
That's a good term for it. It's snappy.
Yeah. Also, originally there was just men in the group, so I thought it was funny to name the group the Debutantes, and then we've now brought in some female members, but the name stuck around. So.
That's fabulous. And you were saying earlier that you do performances at festivals and other venues around the city. Is that
Yeah,
right?
I mean, Odd Wednesday is sort of our home. That's where we workshop our craft. And then we've performed like with Improvaganza last year. We've applied to some other festivals, hoping we get to travel the country doing this. And some of the stand-up shows around town as well. We sort of strong arm our way onto like
Nice.
the Underdog Comedy Show or the Empress Comedy Night. And subject a stand-up audience to some sketches, and it's good. It goes very well most of the time.
And how do you come up with your material?
We have a really cool writing process. We get together every week, and there's about 10 members in the group. We all bring ideas, and we'll sort of have like a premise for a sketch. Maybe someone wrote it out, in its entirety. We'll do sort of a table read. We'll riff on the idea, and then they'll take their sketch back, type out any changes or things we want to add, bring it back, and then once we kind of feel, yeah, that's funny, that hits all the beats we want, we rehearse it, and usually Odd Wednesday is the first place we'll perform it. So.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
So then do you just take the ones that had the best response and you'll utilize that at other festivals and events later on?
Yeah, I sort of took my stand-up background and applied the same sort of application to sketch writing, where it's like you do the bits, and the ones that are getting big reactions you do more often, and higher profile performances, and then when you're on workshop shows or things, you workshop the new ideas, and you're just sort of building a catalog and turning material over.
So how much of your show is improv now?
The zero. It's all scripted. It's sketch comedy. We have scripts, and all the ideas are fleshed out. A little bit of improv sometimes when we host the show, because Odd Wednesday is also a showcase for other sketch comedy groups in town, people who want to try character pieces or musical comedy. And so we sort of host the show with like an overarching premise, and as opposed to like a stand-up show where you're just like, I'm me, here's some jokes, now this guy. We'll, like we did one where we did a eulogy for one of our members who was dead, and then at the end he's like, does a eulogy for himself and comes on, so that just because we don't want to put too much effort when we can be focusing on the sketch, that gets a little improv, but even those, we know the beats ahead of time, so.
Oh, great.
So tell me, when you're doing sketch comedy, how do you handle the audience reactions when at times the audience is vibrant and they love it, but there's those times when the audience is kind of just staring blankly when you guys thought the joke is just awesome, and the audience just sits there?
Yeah, it's tough, but that's the plight of all live performance, especially comedy of any kind, improv, stand-up, or sketch. And I'm really lucky that all the members of the group are either stand-up comedians, improv performers, or just actors in their own right. And so we're all comfortable, taking our lumps when the joke doesn't land. We all know how to, not crack and break down, throw our hands up and go, you guys don't think I'm funny, and run away. And in the same way, we try not to corpse and try not to laugh when it's going really well, and when that energy is fervent, we all keep a straight face. And
sure.
Yeah, so.
And that leads me into one more quick question before we have to wrap. What kind of advice would you give to anybody who, say, maybe wanted to get into sketch comedy or become a comedian? Like, what would you say to them?
You got to go out there and try it. It's one of the great art forms. There's no startup cost. I mean, even a painter needs paint supplies, a musician needs a guitar, but comedy, you just got to think of something funny. And if you specifically wanted to perform on Odd Wednesday, just reach out to the debutantes on Facebook, and we book about 4 or 5 acts every 2 weeks, and we sort of wanted to create an opportunity for people to try sketch comedy in the way that there's open mic comedy shows to try stand-up, because there really wasn't anything like that in the city. So if you wanted to try sketch comedy, just reach out to me or the debutantes, and we'd love to have you on Odd Wednesday.
That's a perfect segue before we wrap up. Yeah, because how do people get a hold of you? You have website, email?
Yeah, our website is thedebutantes.ca, and I also, that really has the links to all the Facebook and stuff. We just put up a new video, a Dungeons & Dragons themed sketch on our YouTube channel. Nice. So there'll be links to that on thedebutantes.ca.
Liam, awesome to have you on the show. We look forward to actually maybe coming out to an Odd Wednesday and checking it out.
Love to see you every other Wednesday.
You bet. All right, we'll be right back after this. It's events time on Arts Talk.
Some pretty exciting stuff coming up.
Always is. April. Coming up on April 29th, the Palette Garden Tutorial. That sounds like fun. Saturday, as I said, April 29th, 2 to 4 p.m. at Salisbury Greenhouse out in Sherwood Park. You'll learn a whole bunch of different techniques about planting and maintenance of your palette garden on pallets, wooden pallets. Also, April 29th, same day, Saturday, April 29th, the Rise Book Club out at the Edmonton Public Library in Castle Downs. You can go there for an in-person meeting of the Rise Book Club. And the first book club is My Decade in the Old Sun. So if you want to learn all about that, go to the Rise Book Club out at the Edmonton Public Library.
How do you choose between those events?
I know, it's tough. You can't really go to both because they're at the same time. What do you got, Jen?
Well, I have an event called Art, and it's between April 26th and May 14th, and 3 old friends confront questions of artistic meaning and monetary value at a dinner. when it's revealed, when it's purchased, an incredibly expensive painting. That's at the Varscona Theatre. And then we have Made in Italy at the Citadel Theatre, and that's from April 27th to May 6th. And it's a coming-of-age story that shares the personal and hilarious tale of being a kid with the heart of Rocky Balboa and the moves of John Travolta.
Always so much to do.
Sounds exciting.
And you were on a film set.
I got to spend an afternoon mixed in horror. So why don't you take it away, segment Jen?
Let's have a look.
Thanks, Studio Jen. I am on the set of Extremity, and we have some really cool stuff coming up. So first, I'm going to murder our art director here, and then I've got some cool interviews to get to. I am on set with Chad Rook, and this is the office of his character.
Yes.
It looks very business-like, the business of evil.
Yes, that's
You've been playing a lot of bad guys of late. What would you say it takes to get into that kind of evil role?
Well, I think that's the best part about playing a character like this is that it's not a normal guy, so it lets you do the acting thing. You know, it lets you kind of go out of your comfort zone and become someone a little bit different, which is a lot more fun than playing the normal guy, right? So, in a character like this, though, it's it's kind of like living a childhood dream where, you know, you get to be the Darth Vader of the show. You know, you get to be, you know, the head Dracula of the show kind of thing, and you kind of put it all in one. And my character, Bob, who in the asylum in this film they call Red Skull, is a psychiatrist actually, and he has a degree in psychology and all that kind of stuff, and he's basically using this asylum to make people face their fears and to kind of get them over their fears in life and stuff. So, but he does it in a very nasty, mean way. So it's fun.
That's cool. What would you say has been your biggest challenge so far?
It's a very physical role. It's you know, I think what's fun on this is I wear a lot of masks in this this film as well. And so you actually have to, it's a physically, you know, you have to show emotions without being able to show your face a lot of times too, right? So it's hand gestures and little movements and stuff like that, you know, you can do the dog nod and stuff like that to show something. So I think that's kind of been a little challenge that I haven't had to face in the past and stuff like that. It's like, you know, normally I can show the emotions and stuff, but this is, you have to show the emotions a lot differently. You know?
Oh, that's exciting. That's quite a change then from what you've done before.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for seeing us today.
Dude.
And it was nice to see you again.
Of course.
We were in a film together
Way
years
back.
ago. Yeah. So thank you so much, and I can't wait to see the film.
I love you guys.
Scary?
Very scary.
I'm now with Dana Hollenbach. She plays the lead in Extremity, and you were just telling me this is your first horror film.
Yes, first one.
How's it going for you so far?
It's awesome. It's crazy. I was thrown into it. It's totally out of my comfort zone, but it's amazing.
Interesting.
It's awesome.
Out of your comfort zone, how?
Well, typically other roles I've done haven't been so far from my own character. This one's totally out there, and just with everything we've been doing on set, a lot of the scenes, all the craziness, it's been a wild ride.
Oh,
So,
that's exciting. Do you
yeah.
think you'll do more horror in the future?
I'd like to. Yeah.
Oh, fun. And we've been noticing lots of masks and costumes and
Yes.
stuff. Do you have a favorite? You can't tell us what it looks like, but maybe tell us your favorite character.
Can I tell you the name?
Yeah.
Red
Yeah.
Skull.
Red
For
Skull.
sure, yeah.
Oh, Chad's character. Interesting. That's cool. And so we've been on set for a couple of weeks. We're almost done. And any advice you want to give to young actresses that are coming up trying to get into films?
Just to do whatever you can to put yourself out there, to take risks, to make sure the quality of the work that you put out is what you want people to see. So just focus on quality, not so much quantity.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great advice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see what other kind of trouble we can get into while we're out here. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right, finally, last but not least, our director, Anthony DeBlasi, for Extremity.
Yeah?
You seem to like horror. Is that your favorite genre?
It's my favorite genre to shoot for sure.
I love all films, but my favorite genre to shoot is horror for sure.
Okay, what makes it your favorite?
Because you get to play with lots of toys, and you get to work outside the boundaries of norm, you know? And a lot of special makeup effects, which I love to do. Makeup effects, different characters, costumes. You get to do a lot, and you get to do emotional things that don't often happen to people in real life. Well, they do, but you never hear from them again.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Okay, so do you have a goal of maybe one day creating the scariest of scary films?
That's this movie.
That's this movie.
That's this one.
I suspected.
Yeah,
You did walk
Extremity.
through the hallway.
Yeah.
And so how did they find you? Get you to come all the way up to the frozen north for this?
I've known the writers for quite a long time, David Bond and Scott Swan, and they contacted me, sent me the script. I thought it was a great read, and we worked together on it. And they had all these great attachments with the mask makers. Simon Sace made all the masks. He created the original Hellraiser puzzle box.
No.
Yeah. So he did all our masks in the movie, and he hasn't done film in 20 years.
Came out of the woodwork
Came out of
for you.
woodworks for us, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for stepping away and
course.
taking a few seconds to chat with us. We look forward to seeing some more of your scary movies.
Thank you.
Although I probably won't watch them because I'm afraid of the dark already.
That's horrible.
But
You will watch this.
I will watch this one
Say it.
over and over and over
Promise
again.
them.
I promise.
Them.
I promise I'll
Say it.
watch it.
Oh, yeah, okay, good.
I promise I'll watch it. For you, just for
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you. We'll let you get
All
back
right,
to work.
thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you. Well, we are all done filming here on the set of Extremity. I made a promise that I was going to watch it, so I'm going to need a lot of support in the theater, but it'll be super good. And we got some really crazy footage, none of which we can show you because it's all very top secret, but it was amazing. So I'll send it back to Studio Jen, and we'll see you next time.
We're back. And now we get to go down to the tattoo studio and watch me finish getting the tattoo, which, by the way, again, I don't show it, and we're not going to reveal it. Let's go to the tattoo studio and have a look.
You're killing me.
Here we go, Steve.
Hey,
It's
how's
the
it
final day.
Yeah,
How are
looking
you?
forward. I'm good. I'm excited to finish up your arm.
Of course, you're excited because I'm the
Yeah.
one who's going to go through the pain for the next 3 hours.
There's blood squirting everywhere.
No, exciting. We're going to finally get this tattoo done, and then we're going to eventually reveal it on the show.
Yeah.
We'll surprise everybody so they can see the full thing when it's all complete, done, and probably healed as well would be a good thing.
Yes, absolutely. We don't want it half healed. They always look pretty nasty when they're half healed. So
They sure do. All right. Well, why don't we get to it?
awesome.
Steve, we're done.
Yes, we are.
Now we can't show the viewers, so we have to wait for that big, huge reveal.
Yes.
So we're going to leave them wondering what's coming. All right.
Same bat time?
Same time, yeah, you
All
got
right.
it. We're going to throw it right back to the studio. We're back. Another fantastic show. Jen, your segment on that film set was pretty amazing.
Thank you. Did you love it when I killed that guy?
I sure did. It was a pretty cool set.
So dangerous.
And my tattoo, I just want the viewers to be just,
When
they
are you
want to see it.
gonna
I know they want to see it,
review
but I can't show them.
I almost saw a little bit there. He won't even show me.
Another great show. We want to thank Liam Creswick.
Yes, he was an excellent guest.
Get out to Odd Wednesday and check out the debutantes because that sounds like a real fun night.
It does. It sounds hilarious.
And how do people get a hold of us, Jen, if they want to be on Arts
well,
Talk?
you can email us at artstalkedmonton@gmail.com or check us out on our multiple Facebook pages. We have Arts Talk and then an Arts Talk fan page called Welcome to Arts Talk. So you can get a hold of us on either of those pages or on Twitter at Arts Talk Edmonton. We're pretty accessible,
We are
I think.
all over social media. It's been fun. Thanks again, Jen.
No, thank you.
All right, we'll see you next time.